Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
Take two.
Across from me, Anthony Fisher.
Hey.
And to my left, Morgan McMurray.
Hello.
And we are the Rag Company Podcast, as I mentioned. Now, we start this thing off usually talking about our weekends. Guys, what happened?
Is that what we're going to just jump right into?
You want
That's
to
right.
jump
I'm
straight
cutting
in?
straight
Jumping
into
right
it. That's
in.
right.
I feel weird about that.
And then when
Not
I
even-
do that, they always inevitably trip me up and say, oh, but first, let's talk about this other thing.
Not even waiting
No.
for the main course.
Well,
Nope.
yeah, how about this? We know the weekends are the main course, right?
Yeah.
I would like to start with some appetizers first.
Oh.
I agree.
Go over about a couple different things that are happening this week.
we
at the Rag
should.
Company.
Yeah. Just because
Before
we
we
want to
dive
get them in
into
there.
it.
Yeah.
Because we want to warm them up. You know what I mean? What do they call them? Fluffers?
Yeah. That's the
There's a
term.
fluffer that comes in first.
no.
Kind of gets them started.
Something like that. Yeah. I think you're
and
right.
then there's some that comes in to finish it off. So let's go ahead, get started. Levi, you have some stuff in front of you. You have something
Well,
to talk
if you're
about.
watching on the YouTube channel at the Rag Company Podcast, currently on our table, this is everything that Dane didn't want to have happen, but we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So we've got some koozies. All our drinks are wrapped in some wonderful Rap Institute koozies.
Dane's got a stubby over there. It's cold out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
small
You know,
bottle
you put
and
that guy
I
in
am
got a
there.
big bottle.
wearing
it
pants and I am
disappears.
unaffected by the cold.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
I was in the pool. Okay.
So, but we've got a bunch of stickers from the Rap Institute. We got some Rap Institute T-shirts because on Saturday, this Saturday, the 6th, we are hosting a Rap Institute live event here at the Rag Company. We're going to be hosting it in the Bart Sepik studio.
Yeah.
And our friend Justin Pate from the Rap Institute is going to be on hand doing a Rap Institute live with a bunch of local rap car rappers.
Yeah.
And we are going to be rapping Ragnarok, the Suburban, our Rag Company Suburban. We're going to wrap it in blue magnetic burst metallic, courtesy of Avery Dennison.
It's a very interesting color.
It's a pretty color. It's like a bluish green metallic, but it's a really pretty color. And then we're putting Rag Company logos as well as all our current sponsors for the vehicle, as well as our favorite, products that we carry here at the Rag Company. We're putting their logos on. And
Stroopwafel.
and yes, and the JDRF has allowed us to utilize their logo for 1 year on the Suburban, which
Nice.
is pretty cool. So we'll be able to tag them and hopefully bring a little more awareness to type 1 diabetes, which is fun.
Yeah.
But this event
it's not.
is free.
Sorry, I had to.
Awareness is fun. The disease sucks.
Correct.
But we are going to be, we're going to have shirts that are going to be able to give away. You're going to get some swag, some free stuff from us. We're probably going to have a sale in store for that day.
Jeff always gets a little wild.
He likes to
and-
give away things.
And he's like, and he'll sit there and be like, guys, I think I'm going to give this away. I'm like, Jeff, do not do that. We will go out of business. And
Yeah.
he's just like,
He's like,
"Watch
I've
me."
got the title to the company.
People
I'm
love
going to
it.
sign it over today. I'm
No,
going to sign it
no.
over.
I'm like,
If
please
someone can guess
stop.
a number between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
We're like, no, that is a bad
There's
idea.
20 people here, Jeff.
Don't do that.
Do not do that.
So,
Don't do that.
if you're looking for crazy deals, basically what they're getting at is find a way to be here.
Come
when,
to Boise.
The Rap
It's
Institute
9 to
Live is
2
going on.
a.m. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or 3 p.m. I think. But
Yeah.
we've got G Technic. So so Eric and Andrew have confirmed they are going to be here, flying in from Atlanta. They're going to be here because they are going to install the new G Technic Halo flexible coating on the Suburban.
Yeah, it'll be fun to
Which
see
is
that.
gonna be rad.
Flexible coating, you say.
It's flexible to react to temperature changes just
Correct.
like the vinyl. So
you got heat and cold
yeah,
and
some expansion and shrinkage.
Yeah.
So
Well, Dane knows a little bit about that.
he does.
It's called contraction.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. They're gonna be here. John Berryhill and Co. Bacon is gonna be providing all the food for us to eat and indulge
Delicious.
ourselves with. Fellers, who is a vinyl supplier, is providing all the tools and equipment and paying for the food, which is
Wow.
awesome.
Those are quite nice.
Yep, and then of course the Rap Institute and Avery Dennison are going to be backing us up because they're providing
Yeah.
the vinyl and the installation, which is
So-
pretty rad.
So
And we're
what
going to be
to-
using Rag Company towels on the whole project, but it's free. You guys can come
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
If maybe if you're a detailer and you're looking to talk to some professional rappers that are here that maybe you don't know or
not
you've never
music
learned.
industry
Not music
rappers,
industry,
they-
car rappers.
We're not
Yes.
dropping bars here, sorry.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to, the whole thing is networking. Maybe you want to start rapping cars yourself. Maybe you want to find rappers that are local to your area that you can work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does sound funny when I say rappers. But or if you're a detailer,
Mixtape. Yeah.
you could hook up with a car wrap shop.
Yeah.
And maybe do some coatings.
Yeah.
Do some ceramic coatings
work off each other.
The whole goal is that our slogan here, "Rising tide floats all boats." So we want to just try and bring everybody up in the industry, and that's part of our game. And we love to educate. So Adam Thurman's coming up from Utah. I know that.
Yeah.
He already's going to ride his motorcycle up here. Anthony.
Is he really?
He is.
Yeah.
That's how
He's
much
Harley.
more of a man he is than you are.
He's on more of a comfort bike, whereas
He does. He's got a bagger.
I don't think I can sit on that. I've done.
I think it's a road glide.
I've done 9 hours on that Triumph before, and it
Oh.
was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oof.
Not a good time.
Yeah.
So really quick, so what people can expect from this rap clinic, this rap institute, I guess you should say, is there are people that are there specifically to learn. There are people there that are there to network and stuff like that. So it's not as formal as some other events that we've had. People can kind of do as they please.
Yep.
They can watch Justin work. Justin is very soft-spoken, so you have to get kind of close to hear him speak. But it's really cool because we're gonna have some test hoods out there as usual, and they're and people that have that want to try their
Maybe
hand
you
at
want to lay
rap.
some vinyl down on a hood.
Yeah, well,
We've
there's
got it for
tons of scrap pieces there. There's tons of pieces they'll cut for you to try to lay it to see how you like laying wrap and if you're good at it.
It's not the easiest thing in the world by any means.
It's not the
as easy as
easiest,
it looks.
but it's
But you can learn it. If you're patient.
Yeah, surprisingly, one of the coolest things I remember from last year was that you could peel a piece off of the hood,
Just relay it.
crumple it up into a ball, undo it, and be able to relay it, and it was
and
totally
it looked clean.
flat.
It didn't look all
well, and
crunched up,
and that's
which was
because
crazy.
That Avery Dennison
It was
breathable wrap that they had, and so
it was amazing stuff.
really solid stuff.
So it's really cool. It's not super formal. People can kind of come and go as they please. What we find is a lot
It's a
of people
hangout.
will kind of show up, hang out, go to the Rag Company store, buy some stuff, come back, hang out some more.
Yeah,
talk
Steve
more
went
about
down
products.
and went and got some tacos and beer down the street
Oh,
and
yeah.
watched it live from our YouTube channel.
Which, by the
was
way-
asking questions and then came back like an hour after he went and got
Yeah.
lunch. He came back
it will be live on YouTube. We'll be running the thing live as an event on YouTube. Which actually, if you're on the channel right now, you can just go over and click the little set reminder button, and it'll tell you when the event is coming up
Yeah.
and notify you a little half an hour.
Yeah, we'll be doing
updates.
updates throughout on our Facebook channel and our Instagram page. So you'll get to peek in. You'll get to see the progress.
Now, I will say in advance, if you're planning to actually listen to what Justin has to say, you probably won't catch all of it on the live stream just because of the way the
we'll
mics
have him.
and everything
Yeah,
is set
we'll have
up.
him mic'd for the event.
But he is
again,
soft-spoken,
he's very
so,
soft-spoken.
yeah.
So
So
Best
the
to just
G-Technic
be
guys, if you guys have a question about G-Technics products,
yeah,
they'll
we'll
be
have the
there.
president
Eric
and
and
vice president of North
Andrew
America.
know
here.
everything. So they'll be able to give you a rundown of it. I do believe that they are sending out some demo product for people to get their hands on and play with for the event.
They will be coating the van we did last year too.
Yeah,
So
So
we'll
we
have that
don't
there.
we don't sell G-Technic, but we thought that it's just gonna be super helpful, and they're super fun guys, and we love bringing the industry together. So regardless of whether or not we sell the product, we still want people to play with it
Yep.
and see if they like it, because
We-
they have some awesome stuff.
We really like to represent quality brands, whether we carry them or not.
Yep.
If we can build a relationship and actually be able to, go to events, hang out with those companies and stuff, it's cool to be able to support others. Even if you don't sell their stuff, you're still
Yeah.
supporting them by way of, we recognize you've got quality products, and just basically telling other people vouch for them.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, because we had a great time when we went to Atlanta.
Yeah,
And
it was fun.
Went to that whole event.
Yeah,
the
we had a
Serum Summit
blast.
was cool. But,
So
Good
that's
stuff.
coming up this weekend, and then we have a big sale that's going on. As you hear this, there is a very large sale, the Rag Company. So you
It's
can
a
check that out.
Big
It
one.
is happening right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going to be happening by the time you hear this.
There are
So-
also some special things.
So what we have going on is it's our 4th of July week sale, and so this runs until the 8th, I believe, is what it runs until.
Yeah,
And
long
so it'd
week.
be Monday. Yeah, it'd be Monday night. And so basically, this is one of the few sales of the year where we run 20% off the entire store. That includes all towels, chemicals, accessories, tools, things like that. Only thing it excludes is wholesale cases. So you still get discounts on wholesale if you sign up for the business program or the dealer program. But for everybody else, 20% off is quite a bit. It's a pretty big discount for that time being. And so it does involve using a coupon code. And so the coupon code will be live within the banner of this sale, so you'll be able to know what to use and put that in there. Now, on top of that, we're also doing 4 special kits just for the 4th of July. Now, we know our kits are big sellers. We know that when we release our gold kits or our platinum kits and all those sell out immediately. And so we thought it would be fun.
These are special 4th of July themed.
And it'd be fun to create another themed kit. So what we have is we have...
we don't need to. They can go on this. We're going to tease them. They can go on the site and check it out.
We have one special item in there.
We do have one special item.
That is a limited edition item.
Yep.
And that is something that we are only going to be releasing on...
flag holidays.
Flag holidays. So your Memorial Day, your Labor Day, and then your 4th of July. This is a... I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, just say it.
I can't believe you're
Just say it. They'll be excited.
It's a red, white, and blue Cyclone wash mitt.
Yep.
So this was a special mitt that we designed, and we said, this will be fun, this will be really cool. And it's awesome. It's loud. It's proud.
It's loud.
Yeah.
It's, you see this mitt, and you're like, okay, that's definitely an American mitt right there.
It was funny because Sid came in
Yeah.
From iWash Auto Detailing. She came in and she saw them when we got them all airshipped, and she was like, "How do I get my hands on one of
You're
these?"
like,
I was
you're
like,
not supposed to see those yet.
You won't know until we release it.
They're
So, you have to check out the website, check out the banner. It'll show you how to get one of those.
They're not subtle. I don't know how to say it.
Anytime you have it, you feel at least 25% more Murica.
I
do
do
believe there is much more Murica going on whenever one of those is around.
Yeah, when it's just sitting around me, like my eyes are drawn to it because it is just so loud and bright,
vivid,
and I'm like, wow, that's pretty wild.
It's
so
fun.
you hear the eagle caw behind you.
Yeah, but that'll be included in I think 3 of those kits, those limited edition kits, and so and then we'll also be doing some stuff involving the new IK Pros.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look forward to that this week. That's going on. One of our biggest sales of the year.
Week.
It's a big week, and this is one of those things that if you missed our previous 20% off sale and you were holding out till summer, let's just say you're trying to make the most of your
You've got
supply,
a whole week.
Yeah, you have.
If you're listening to this Tuesday morning, you've got till next Monday.
And we ship for
to
free
get everything.
over how much?
$60, $50.
I think it's still $49.
Guys, go to the website and check it.
$49.95.
Go to the website.
Yeah, so check out the website. But seriously, go to theradcompany.com and check it out. And if this is the first time you're hearing about this, please sign up for the newsletter. Yeah. Just go down to the page and pull it up.
How many times have you been asked, well, I want to know when you guys have sale. Sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, and you get a 15% off coupon just for signing up.
Yeah.
So
and we don't do anything with your email. It's literally just there to send you newsletter.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So business is out of the way.
Another thing. Well, there's one more bit of business. Well, you guys threw me under the bus. Now I'm rotating.
Just want to start the show.
And I have something I have to
Morgan,
start.
All I wanted to do is talk about
today. Ambassadors.
Oh. I'm like, oh my God,
like
I don't know.
Guys, we don't plan this stuff in advance. We literally do this off the cuff. So it is very much
we actually don't even talk to each other until
we don't.
We start the
Wait, you think we
podcast.
plan this stuff? No. So I just wanted to make sure we talked about Grand Ambassadors before we got into all
Absolutely.
that.
That's a good one.
There's some people we want to congratulate. Morgan, so explain the process and explain what we've done to select these Grand Ambassadors and explain what the program is. I call these names.
So we closed the application period on this last Thursday at noon, and we got our list. We got a whole bunch of applicants, which was great. We were so happy that we got a large number of people to look through. So Friday, pretty much, we spent the whole day going through the list, and we did make it a little easier this time by adding a question about having a private account, because we do need to have a public account to look at. Otherwise, there's nothing for us to look at. Mm-hmm. So that was nice because it kind of weeded out any private accounts. So then we just went down the list. We're mainly looking for like how often you post, if you're posting about detailing, if you're just posting about like your food or whatnot. That's probably not going to work out for us, but I'm glad you're enjoying your meals. And so we found, we kind of just narrowed down the list. We get a group of people that are maybes, and then we go through those maybes and say, okay, now we have to pick 10 from these. So it is hard to select the ones that we think are going to represent us best. But we did get the 10. So do you have the list there to pull up?
Yeah. So,
all right.
All right. So we got our 10 people here. These are the lucky Grand Ambassadors. So from the U.S., we have Genevo 9. We have TA Bad 10 to Bad 10. How do you say that?
I don't know.
So. We have official California detailing.
Nice.
We have Jaybird Auto Detail. We have Genesis Detailing, and a little south from us, we have Superior
Our
Automotive
homie. What's
Details.
up, dude? Congratulations.
Good work.
So, then for up north, we have to our Canadian friends up there. We have Minister of Fresh.
Yeah.
We have Pure Detail.
Nice.
We have Carrie Gariu.
Totally butchered that. Good job.
effort. Yeah.
Good work, Anthony.
Good effort.
And we
It's only
have
somebody's livelihood.
She'll
You've
let
just
you know.
ruined.
Sorry. And we have Rappel Auto Detailing. So this quarter is kind of isolated to North America, is what it seemed. We are always opening up the Grandmasters to being a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
And so whether you are in the UK, whether you're in Germany, whether you're in Australia, it doesn't matter where you are. We will send you the product. We will have you represent us wherever you are from. This quarter, there was not a ton of international applicants. And going through and looking through each account and profile, for what we're looking for with being interaction and quality of post, content, picture quality, things like that, it was unfortunate we didn't really see anything out of North America that really stood out to us this time around. So we were like, well, it was fun. It was actually funny because I didn't really know where they were from until I said, okay, Morgan, I think we're good on this person, this person, this person. We all agreed. It was a group effort thing. And then she says, oh, wow, 4 people in Canada. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, because we don't often know where they're located until we actually do the location mark on the survey.
But apparently a lot of Canadians have, a strong impression they're giving out.
So we're
cool.
sometimes just as surprised at the location as some other people. So we thought that was really cool, though.
It is a very subjective process, though. Like, there are definitely certain, parts that you're looking at going, okay, obviously we need to see some interaction between this person and their followers, that kind of stuff. But then after that, it's definitely difficult because there are a lot of good ones out there. I don't want anybody to think just because they didn't get picked that they're not good, because there were lots of good ones.
Well, and I'm excited to see what everybody does this year.
You're looking for that it factor at the time that you're checking, because people are always getting better. They're changing stuff like that. If you didn't make it this time, keep at it, because you don't know. You could be the one next time.
Yeah. It's hard because,
well, we got a lot of, and truth be told, it is a very difficult process for you guys.
It's hard.
I'll tell you what's easy, though. Somebody has a private account. Sorry, bye.
Yeah, but there were a lot of great applicants this year.
There's so many, and we see people putting in effort. We see people doing a good job. We see people trying to get recognized, and we think it's awesome. But we have made this such a selective thing where there is only 10 people per quarter, so it's competitive. At the same time that we're also looking at this, and we have to think, who do we think is going to best represent us, and who's really pushing hard and who's really grinding in this. And for a lot of people that applied, one of the hardest things was, there's a survey in there that says, a question that says, how often do you post? Once a week, once a day, once a month? There was a lot of people that were just doing the once a month thing, right? And we would check through their profile, and we would see, okay, they only are posting once a month.
That means 3 posts for a Grand Ambassador. That's about it.
Yeah, and we try to look for a couple times a week to every single day. That's what we do here. That's what we look for.
It's a practical consideration. I mean, obviously, this works as a mechanism of you help promote the Red Company, and if you're not posting very often, well, there's not a whole lot of promotion going on. We're not looking for shilling or anything like that, to that degree, but it's just mostly a matter of are you a frequent poster? Can we, trust that you will be frequently, contributing?
Yeah.
And that's mainly it.
And so it's hard, but we got our 10. We're super happy about them. We're extremely excited about this quarter. This is going to be a big quarter. Lots going on, and we are right in the almost dead middle of summer. And, it's detailing's in full effect right now. Yeah. It's hot out, but it's in full effect. Whereas, in the wintertime, it gets a little bit harder, especially within these northern states. And so we really try to make the most of getting a lot of the really cool content that we can within that second and third quarter, with getting lots of cool pictures and things like that. But going into the fourth quarter and the first quarter, you get some cold months.
So Q4 and Q1 late this year and next year, I expect to see a whole lot of Australians, in our mix.
That or just rinseless washing and a lot of water.
You could do it in your garage. It's totally possible with these guys.
Yeah,
There you go. All right.
Okay, we got all that out the way.
Done.
Now,
Weekends. Let's do it. Who's starting? Dane?
What'd you do?
Mine's pretty simple, actually, because I, once again, just did basic stuff. I didn't go too out of my way, but I did go down a weird rabbit hole this weekend.
Oh,
because,
no.
you know, you got me looking at, like, bags for a trip to the UK.
I
Got sucked down the rabbit hole of
proper
backpacks,
Yeah.
baggage, luggage. Like, I never really gave it much consideration before because apart from this job, I don't travel a lot. I mean, I don't do anything that necessitates having, you know, a fancy backpack. I've got, like, you know, JanSports or OGOs and stuff, but nothing that's like a dedicated, like, oh, I spent money on this bag. Like, I don't have anything like that.
And
you are that guy.
I am the traveler of the group because of this job.
Mm-hmm.
So I do the most traveling, and that's what I found very quickly was like, oh, I need a proper backpack.
Yeah.
That doubles as an.
You've got your Timbuktu Aviator, I believe it is, which you like very much.
I love it. It's a good bag.
It's a cool bag, really tough bag. So I kind of started there, and then apparently they're not making those anymore.
No.
So you have to find like used copies or like old residuals left over in people's warehouses, which isn't as likely to pop up on Amazon Prime. I've got some Amazon gift card money that I'm looking to put towards this stuff. So it's encouraging me to spend a little more on a bag than I maybe would otherwise.
Well, one that you can get some mileage out of. Because it's going to be your go-to.
I'll admit I'm not the guy who's like out there spending top dollar on items unless it really, really is important to me. But in this case, a bag, I'm thinking about long term. Okay, I'm going to need something. So now I'm beginning to think like someone who's being introduced to microfiber for this first time,
there
right?
You go.
And I totally understand because I always try to be an empathetic person to understand someone else's shoes, how they feel when they're first introduced, like microfiber. There's way more to it than you think. With bags, I was like, bag's a bag, right?
Yeah,
no,
stitch
it is
quality,
not.
There's
ballistic
materials.
nylon.
Yeah, ballistic
all kinds of
nylon.
stuff.
You've got all kinds
Carbon
of different
fiber.
stuff. The
Waterproof
zippers,
interiors.
The differences in the zippers,
Yeah.
like they have different
YKKs.
ratings. Yeah, the YKKs, but then they have like the 5s, the 8s, the 10s. Like
Oh, wow.
I'm finding all this different stuff out based on like the size, I guess.
Ability
of the
to have
zippers.
compression straps on it. To
It's
bring
interesting,
it down
and
even
like
smaller if you need
compression
to.
straps, so you can shrink the bag, expand the bag.
Airflow back panel airflow.
Roll tops versus not roll tops,
Yeah.
clamshells. Like there is a wide world out there.
So you got deep.
So I got deep, but I found this channel that was it was interesting. I really enjoyed watching this guy's reviews because of the way he approached it. His name was Chase Reeves. He's got a YouTube channel, and he just like reviews bags, but it was interesting. And I was looking at that going, that's a really good way to approach that. But now I'm kind of torn between a few different bags. I've discovered
I just want to know, how many beers deep were you in doing these reviews?
Well, he was sitting in the hot tub.
Because like I'm sitting here like
had a couple of them. It was
Because I
3 in the
love watching
morning.
reviews, right? But this is going deep to where I'm like, I would need something to help blunt the.
But I am one of those.
Yeah, the glow of the
I'm one of
Christmas
those
tree.
people who basically, like, if I find some subject matter, it could be super nerdy into the weeds, but I might be super interested if it's something where you can see, somebody's got expertise on a subject.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
But, I ended up looking at, like, these peak design ones. I guess I started from, like, Kickstarter or whatever. They have some really cool bags.
Super nice.
And they're all like $300. So, to me, I don't know. Some people, maybe that's not a big deal. To me, that's a lot for a backpack.
So mine was a lot, but it was one of those things where, like, I sat down and, I talked to my wife about it because it's one of those things, like, I've had horrible luck with suitcases. So my suitcases,
break all the time.
I feel like I get a new suitcase and it doesn't even last a year.
That's in our trip vlog, by the way.
Yeah.
I have,
good.
Yeah.
So,
Buddy Break in there.
Speaking of, if you guys weren't sure about it, but Bag Force One, my new bag, my new blue hard shell suitcase, Samsonite, it's American Tourist, not a Samsonite, American Tourist.
Yeah.
Handle broke.
Yeah.
When we landed in New Jersey, could not
Would
get
not
it up.
Extend.
All of us tried it. To the point Anthony was standing
shy.
on it, trying to get it out. Like,
Yeah, it was bad.
didn't work at all.
So you just had to
The whole
push it
trip.
everywhere.
We had to push it everywhere. Then, when we land back home in Boise, I get it off the carousel. Magically, the handle pops right back up.
So basically, the whatever
I don't
magical
trust it.
behind the scenes
I do not trust
process
it going to UK with me.
at the airlines and the baggage area, whoever's handling it. Like I imagine the only time I've ever seen behind the scenes was in Die Hard, but
Yeah.
Oh no, they
it's
chuck them.
Yeah, no, they get hucked around, but like apparently it just was enough force
Jostled
to
enough.
break it and then unbreak it.
Right.
So
now I don't
yeah.
trust it for the flight to the UK in
Yeah.
the next 2 weeks. So I need to either I need to get a smaller bag.
Our biggest thing, and I think the thing that Dane is thinking of the most, is that we need to be extremely mobile. We need to be...
Well, we're taking trains.
Okay. And yes.
For the first few days.
So what I'm doing is I'm dressing for comfort and speed.
That's how I always dress.
I'm going to be shaving my entire lower body.
Me too.
Right?
I've shaved my upper body.
More aerodynamic.
I'm going to shave my entire upper. You shave your entire lower.
I'll shave it all.
Together, we'll be able to...
I'm just saying my clothes are going to be flowy, comfortable, and fast.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, we've got our new windbreaker, our new raincoats, too.
We do have our new raincoats, but we have to be thinking about what's on our back, how much weight are we carrying, and how is it going to slow us down. We told Dane, if you slow us down, we will leave you.
Yeah.
And his dad
he misses a train.
And his dad looked at him and said, Dane, we will leave you. And he's like, but you're my dad. And he's like, I know, and that's what makes it so hard.
This is going to be a rough trip, son.
And that's why
4 of you are leaving on it. One of you may not be coming back.
Dane is being proactive.
I'm a European now, apparently.
He's being proactive, and he wants to solve the problem before it happens.
Well, so what I'm doing is I'm eliminating, as you've seen in other trip videos, my big green travel bag for this particular trip. I am eliminating that. So I'm replacing that with a big-ass backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the solution
I don't know if that's a better idea.
So, no,
it's so I don't have to roll something around on me.
As long as he's wearing the belt that David Patterson got him.
True.
Right?
I am. His pants don't fall down.
His pants don't fall down when he's running in the airport. He's fine.
Yeah, that's true. He could be all right. Dane's built like a pack.
Pro tip to people traveling. Don't be like I was and not wear a belt just because of the inconvenience of going through security. Have the belt around so you can put it back on
probably
afterwards.
One of my favorite
That was
times
so freaking funny.
Was you and I when we all got off the plane and I was doing that store live.
It's because at that point I've been so sick and tired of getting stopped because I had a belt on that had
and
just
Dane said, "Slow down, guys! I don't have a belt on it." And your dad was like, "Why aren't you wearing a belt?" And you're like, "Because I didn't want to wear one through security." And he was like,
so obnoxious.
"That was 8 hours ago. Like we only had to go through security.
A 10-second inconvenience.
It was a 10-second inconvenience."
My poor planning was not including a belt in my backpack that I could then put on. Instead, it was in my luggage, which got checked in. Bye-bye.
So, anyway, doing some research, you have found the bag that you want to get.
Well, I've narrowed it down to a few choices.
Oh, nice.
So my problem is now it's just, which one do I go with? And they're all in like the 180 to 270 range. Like, these are not cheap bags by my standards. Maybe to other people, it's like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do.
Morgan's handbag costs $150.
I'm going to go smaller.
Well, her little
like a 24.
Is like.
I'm going to go with like a 21, 24-inch
purse is way more than
bag.
But okay.
Is what I'm doing, a shorter style.
Are you
I'm not
buying
a particularly
bag
stylish man.
I might have
That's
to
okay,
buy.
Dean. I think you're going to look great with
I am
going
to take my aviator.
Backpack.
Much appreciated.
But I am going to take a rolling,
hot pink, though.
smaller suitcase.
Could we contact Peak Design for a group buy?
Oh, that's
probably.
A great idea. I don't know if I want to buy
something
it.
to consider.
But that probably would take more time, and it wouldn't be.
Anyways.
So I basically narrowed it down to a few. There were some Tom Bins that looked interesting, but those are pretty expensive. They're cool though. And then there was, of course, the Peak design, which I think had the best thought out design. Really, really interesting. And you saw they had their more traditional everyday backpacks that were cool.
Yeah.
But then there was also the Timbuktu Wanderer, I believe it was, which was a good bag.
That's a very nice
one
bag.
Of the current designs. Yeah. That one's once again like a duffel with 2 sections at the end you could throw.
I'm looking at that too, of possibly getting one of those for
price wise. The Timbuktus are actually on the lower end in this particular.
And their lifetime warranty. Meaning
and
if anything happens to them, you just send it back and they'll fix it.
And they've got that rain fly you can throw on them, which is cool. And then one of the other ones was there was a Tortuga something or other, and then there was a
Isle of Tortuga.
Nomatica, I believe it was. Now I'm trying to think. Anyway, there were some cool bags out there. I still have to decide on which one to get, but I think what I'm going to do is try and find one of the mid-range price bags and use some of the extra money I have left over to get myself a nice set of noise-canceling headphones.
Oh, very nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to probably get the same Sony set you got.
You should absolutely do that.
Because I love those things.
Those have been
great.
awesome. I think
mine were fine. The ones I got from a listener were great.
You got great ones as well. No, it's hard because
fan of the program.
I have backpacks. I have 6 different backpacks, and
you're gonna take your Triumph backpack.
It's hard because I have one of our friends got me a Triumph backpack, and I want to bring that to the UK with me. I really do. The only downside is that I don't have a backpack that does it all, like, for example, I do on the plane, I carry headphones, I carry my chargers. I'm putting my Nintendo Switch in my bag. Yep. I'm putting all of this stuff, and now I have, I'm creating a home within this backpack.
Yeah.
All of my backpacks do
some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, it'll do some, but not all of it. So I'm stuck in the situation of crap, I got all of these bags, but none of them do the things that I need it to do.
Yeah. But you raise a good point, because that's one of the things I was trying to figure out was, okay, if this bag is replacing my green bag, then I have to fit my clothes in here, toiletries, basic stuff like that. But then I also
it's gonna be checked,
want
but it needs to be mobile.
But I also need to be able to, like, throw in, and I may not even check it. If I can fit it in an overhead bin and they'll allow it, if it's within the guidelines, that would be one of those things. So,
or just do one of the green tags, before the flight, or pink tags, whatever they call them.
Yeah, or something like that. Basically, I'm going to see how far I can push it. But as far as
literally
it goes, so I'm trying to solve that. But what I want to do is, when we get to where we're going, especially when we're in, London and we're going to stay for a while, I can leave most of my stuff in the hotel room, and I can replace what's in the bag with camera equipment, so I'm not rolling around the Pelicans everywhere all the time. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is just bring
because you're going to build one bag and a Pelican.
One Pelican, and then my bag. So that's how I'm trying to divvy it up. It's like tech equipment goes in the Pelican, and then I've got the bag.
One thing I want to point out is, guys, if you've seen our videos, it may look fun carrying our Pelican cases.
And we may look like rock stars or film stars.
Suck. Those absolutely suck.
I hurt my shoulder pulling one out of the overhead.
They're baby size. Only a baby can drag those.
It hits your ankles. It hits your heels.
Cracks all our ankles.
It flat tires you.
And when you're in a rush somewhere in the airport, it decides to only go on one wheel. And
that's my favorite thing when it wobbles.
Gets the speed wobbles.
Yeah, and then
speed wobbles.
And we're trying to book it through some of these airports. I'm about to just say, F it. I'm going to huck this effing thing because I can't stand it anymore.
Yep. But that's exactly why you need a Pelican, because when you do inevitably huck it, everything inside is still safe.
That's true. We could just start throwing it.
It's still okay.
Yeah. We need I want a better solution for those, because they should have put it on.
They are tough and they are good.
They should have put them on four-wheel casters.
The wheels are the weak point, along with the handle, which gets kind of floppy, the screws loosen and stuff. These are all things I would like to talk to Pelican about.
Pelican, if you're listening, please email Dane at theragcompany.com.
Their largest airline, TSA approved size one that you can take onto a plane, carry-on approved or whatever. That's the one that we carry. We usually bring two or three of them, and that's where we keep our gear. I'm trying to narrow this down so we have less stuff to carry all the time, but I'll try and do it as one. Maybe we'll bring two.
Well, and the reason is because, Jeff and I found out last year when we were there, was they don't let you know that you're arriving. They tell they're almost to the stop, and they say, we are going to be arriving in this town in 3 minutes, or 2 minutes, or 120 seconds until we arrive at this. And when they say that, you need to be up, grabbed your bag, and at the gate, at the door of the train to get ready.
Yeah.
Because you got to get off the train, because there are people that are going to get on. Yeah, and if you're still sitting in your seat, that train's only going to sit there for about a minute.
No lollygagging. Don't trip over old ladies and their dogs.
Or dogs. Yeah. Jeff and I found that out the hard way. We kind of were snoozing on the train. We stopped. We're like, oh, this is our stop. We got up. We grabbed our bags. And people were filling in on both sides, and we could not get out of the train.
Well,
so we had to take it to the next stop.
How many days are we going to be on for?
A lot.
8 days.
8 days, right?
By our standards, that's a long.
That's a long trip. The next longest is going to be SEMA.
That's more than a carry-on amount of.
That's more than a carry-on,
and we won't have access to a washer and dryer the entire time. It's not going to be a thing. So really, we are having to bring a big,
we're gonna have to bring a
bag, and it sucks.
Yeah. And people are going to go, why don't you guys rent a car? We're not going to rent a car.
I know. I was very insistent about renting a car until these guys swore up and down that I would absolutely hate it. It was the most terrifying experience driving. And I'm like, really? It looks like it would be kind of fun. They're like, no, it's terrifying.
No, it's the fact that as a company, the four of us are going to be on the road.
Yeah.
And it's hard enough when we drive normally with the four of us, because we're all talking, telling stories. Yeah. One of us has to navigate, and we have to stay on point with that. And it's very difficult when you're not only off because you're on the wrong side of the road, but you're also on the wrong side of the road. You're on the wrong side of the car, you're on the wrong side of the road. You got to figure that out, and someone's got to navigate an area that they're unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
Jeff just doesn't want to put the team at risk.
Sure.
So that's why we're not renting a car. But we're going to enjoy train rides. We don't get to ride trains all that often here.
And last year, I was sad I missed out on it. You guys got John Delu to drive you around.
We did.
Yeah. And that would seem pretty fun. By the way, he's Forensic Detailing Channel for those who don't know.
So
but he took you guys to Goodwood. I was so jealous.
That was fun. We got to check that out. Yeah. So this year, we're going to be taking the train right when we land. We catch a train. We're going to head to Lincoln. Spend the night in Lincoln, hang out with Jim White Details, and then make our way north before we have to go to Coventry. And then the rest of the trip, we're going to be in cars. But we are taking, a good long while on some trains. And so we need to be ready to get on and off the train and to cross over and next platform. And it's not fun when you're hauling a suitcase that big up and down the stair platforms and all that kind of stuff. Because it's not like, let's take the elevator. No, we're going to carry that thing up the stairs.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to get a backpack, maybe something that could double as like a sling or something like that.
Yeah.
But the backpack is just so it's up and out of the way, and then I only have to worry about moving the Pelican case with my hands. That's it.
There you go.
And that way I'm free if I got to pull out my phone, scan something, whatever.
Yeah.
Free to go.
All right.
Well, Dane.
Yeah.
So that was
my weekend. Essentially, was that.
Wish you luck in your search for your backpack, and
thank
hopefully
you.
Get the cool one that you always wanted.
You'll have to give me the model number of your headphones because I really like those.
Yes.
He doesn't remember them.
Yeah.
Good luck.
He's like, I don't know.
Morgan, take it away.
Yes.
All right, so this weekend, I got off work on Friday, and I went home, and there was a vehicle waiting for me to clean it.
Did you know about this vehicle? Or was they just waiting and said, hey, girl, we need you to clean this truck?
I did, but only about 3 hours before.
Okay. And you scheduled this, though?
Huh?
But you scheduled it.
Yeah, I got it. We worked it out. So
she's detailing professionally.
Yeah.
So it was there, and I'm sitting here looking at the sky, and it looks like it's gonna rain, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna split this up because I have to do some now and I have to do some tomorrow, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if it rains tonight, I'm gonna be pissed if I do the entire wash of this truck and then have to redo it tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start on doing the interior tonight and then wash it tomorrow, which worked out fine. I'm glad I did it that way, even though Saturday was very sunny, which kind of sucked. But anyway, so I started with the interior. It did have the WeatherTech floor mats, which are great.
Score.
I did like that. It really wasn't a very hammered truck. It was just a lot of dirt and dust, so it really wasn't like that hard. It was just getting all the surfaces clean.
Yeah.
So
and you were doing this without air.
Right.
You don't have air. Compressed air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she doesn't have the air solution.
The Master of Shine.
Master of Shine
or the
Anthony has,
or the All Day
so
Anthony
I'm doing
Air,
it
Air
the
2.0.
the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
With a large truck. So I did a lot of the interior. I got a really good amount done on Friday night, and then Saturday morning I woke up and I knew that I needed to wash this truck before it got too hot. Mm-hmm. So even though like the sun was still out, I bought Pearl on Friday after work before I went home, and I used that without a pressure washer also. So everything was...
So you went old school on this whole
100%.
Job. Good.
On a
that's
big truck.
That's how you learn. Mm-hmm. And then you can appreciate things like air and pressure washers.
Yeah.
It was a Ford Super Duty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 250, 350?
I think it was 350.
And it big truck.
It was huge. I was like, I didn't know it was that big because like I had seen his dad's truck before, but I never like looked at it in a way of me thinking, oh, I have to clean this. Yeah.
And it was white, right?
It was silver.
Silver? Okay. Mm-hmm. I was just mostly thinking like, you got to make sure you get everything because it'll all show up.
Yeah, but it had a lot of bug guts on it. There was like, dirt, rocks, and sand stuck in all these crevices and everything. But yeah, eventually I got it done and dried it. I did use one towel because I also wanted to test my theory.
Nice.
So I did dry it with one towel. I used a twist and shout.
So a Raptor and then a 350 with one towel. Mm-hmm. We're on a roll now, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One thing that I didn't think about was how do you clean like that crack between where the bed cover is?
Oh, yeah.
Like what would you normally take that off?
So what do you mean the crack
like a
between
tonneau cover?
like the tonneau cover?
Yeah.
Did it roll or was it a lift?
No, it was just a hard.
Hard.
It wasn't like a bed cover. It was like what are those called?
Or was it like a roll one?
Oh,
No.
like a canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a shell.
like a camper
Yeah,
shell.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean between the back window?
Yeah.
You can't.
Okay.
So,
Because I didn't know.
sometimes there's on some models, you can get in and there are little clips inside the camper shell, and it'll pull that glass. It's hinged and it'll pull the glass down.
Tilted.
So then you can clean the back glass of the truck and the inside of the back glass of the vehicle or of the shell. Not all of them have it.
Okay.
So it's very hard. It's very difficult, and that's the kind of the problem with a camper shell is that people never clean the back windows. Like my little red truck.
Yeah.
When I got it, it had a camper shell on it, and that was one of the things that like I had to clean that back window because it had never been washed.
Putting
Yeah.
a glass towel at the end of like a ruler.
Oh,
and
no,
just-
you just lose it. The glass towel is just gonna fall on the ground.
Yeah. So I
Yeah, you
and
just leave that.
It was obviously my friend's basically car. So I told him, I was like, I've never done a truck like this, so I'm just gonna do it. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't really like care. Just clean it. Do the best you can for X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So it wasn't like, they were gonna get pissed at me if I didn't
Yeah.
get
But
it.
that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
Is like feel like you got a little freedom to figure stuff out, and you don't have to
That's
Yeah.
forget
cool.
about it. But it's
Right.
a learning experience for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he came to pick up the truck and he took it back to his dad's house, and then the next day his dad texted me and he was like, "It looks so good. Like, I love it. Thank you so much." And I was like, "Yeah, you're welcome."
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then his dad was like, "Oh, by the way, all my neighbors want their cars done too." And I was like,
There it is.
and
Start scheduling them out.
yeah, so I was like,
Make $1,000 a month.
It's like a whole bunch of hunting rigs, you know.
it
just
literally is.
Yeah.
It literally is. So I
a
was
lot
like,
of camo, maybe some blood.
yeah, I was like, okay,
Yikes.
it's good. So
Sounds awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
you got your feet wet, not feet wet. You got your fingers dirty. You got
Yeah.
your
yeah. She
cut
literally got
your nails.
She literally got her fingers dirty.
quite literally, like, yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Well, that's
So
good.
is that-
Well,
is
I think it's experiences like that really help, and I
It's called
think
paying your dues.
yes, and I think that it also helped her too because I think I was talking about pricing. I said, "How do you feel?" She's like, "I wish I would have charged a little bit more." And
Well, now that
that's okay.
but
That's
now
okay.
that she knows, based on the size of the vehicle that she did,
Yeah.
what kind of dirt to expect on those, because 90% of those larger trucks are always going to be dusty, dirty, unless it's someone who keeps their cars immaculate.
Yeah.
yeah,
But you never know, so always plan for the worst. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
that's true.
You guys worked on trucks too, though, right?
Yeah, this weekend we did.
guys
So
were
It
all
was
working.
truck
It
weekend.
was truck
Yeehaw!
weekend for the TRC team. We same thing. I had a truck coming over. Mine was Saturday morning though, so Friday night I got the garage kind of organized and put back together and stuff. We had I think my wife's family came into town, and so we went to dinner Friday night with Carly's family, and went to Smoky Mountain Pizza.
Oh, fun.
Fun fact, my children ate all their food. Normally
That's
they do not.
unusual.
Hadley is a great eater. Augie is the worst eater. Even when there's like pizza in front of him or something that he really wants, he still just doesn't like to eat. This was the first time he completely devoured a little personal pan pizza himself, and he loved it. And he was like, "That was the best pizza I've ever had." Like, he was in heaven. And so Carly and I looked at each other, we're like, "Holy crap, we found the place that Augie will
Okay.
eat food and actually eat." So that was fun. So we went and did that, and then I came home and I just got my garage ready, just kind of cleaned and organized because I had finished Tyler's BMW midweek. So I hadn't had a chance to like get stuff set up.
Yeah.
And then Saturday morning, my buddy Wayne dropped off his white truck. So Wayne is been a friend of mine for the better part of a decade. We call each other brothers from another mother. He is a very he's a Chevy enthusiast. He's the manager of a Les Schwab.
This guy, yeah.
So he had the red truck that I did that you guys probably saw, the red long bed Chevy pickup.
Yeah.
That I did that. He had
Square body.
yeah, has very clean trucks. He's got a little short bed white pickup that he's building up that's just wicked fast. I detailed that one. I detail every one of his cars. And I've been doing it for years, and he's the guy, Morgan, that you want, because he's immaculate with all his stuff. So when he does send me projects, they're really fun to work on and they're easy to do. And so, but he bought a new Tundra, and it was a limited. It's actually, the truck's 5 years old, believe it or not. But it's immaculate, 30,000 miles, beautiful truck.
I don't think they changed
white,
the body style
limited,
on that for a
beautiful
while.
pickup, beautiful pickup. So he put a small 3-inch lift and then put some 33s, similar, same tires that I have on the Suburban, and put some fuels. And so the trucks are really pretty. Put a TRD off-road front grille on it. He's going to do some color matching on some other stuff. But really, he needed the car wash scratches taken out of it and some of the brush scratches that were in it already.
Sure.
And it's a white truck. Everything he likes, he likes to try and buy a white car. And so I basically compounded and polished that. The interior was immaculate, so I didn't really have to do anything. So I could start, because my goal was I needed to get the truck at least coated before Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Because Carly and I were going out with some friends Saturday night, and so I had to get the truck done. And Carly was out running errands with her mom. She went out with her aunt, and then went out with her girlfriend that day. They went and did some shopping, and so that was really great. She was able to get out of the house, go do that. The kids were hanging out, and I just jammed on that truck. Used the Rupes wool, wicked pad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Last cut. It was perfect. And then I used the Euro, the red maroon Euro foam pad from Buff and Shine, and I did most of the truck with that. In the heavy scratch panel parts, I used the wool to knock it all down, but the rest of the truck I just used the red foam and last cut, and finished beautifully. Just enough to do a full, a really good one-step on it. Then cleared the surface and then used a new coating that we're testing for some friends, and beautiful. Came out great. Got it all done. Easy to go on, easy come off. Really great.
Nice.
Truck
easy,
came out.
Easy like gloss coat easy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about it any more than that. But really impressed. And the truck came out good. Got it all done. And then Carly and I went over to some friend's house for dinner. And wow, phenomenal. It was so much fun. And her husband cooked the whole meal and even baked us a coconut cake.
Ooh, I love
it was amazing.
Ooh.
So we went over to their house, had dinner, just told stories, laughed, joked, had some fun. It was a really, really fun night. And then came home. Sunday, we just chilled out. I went and got Eggman and Earl breakfast, where I took the kids on Friday. I went and got us some pancakes, bacon, breakfast burrito. So we all ate breakfast the next morning, me and the kids and Carly, and then went and met Carly's family in the park. We went to Williams Park, which is a beautiful tree, like it's a grove. It's a like very heavily wooded park. So the whole thing was shaded. We just hung out there with the family for the day. And then last night, I gave Carly a break in the afternoon. We got back. She went out with her mom. My buddy came and picked up his truck. I had already finished the interior in the morning. He was stoked to get it. And then Carly came back home, and she was pretty tired. So I let her just chill out. And then I took the kids, did some grocery shopping. We had to do a pump change, had to do a monitor switch over, had to do baths. So I just let Carly chill out, and she took a little bit of a nap, but then she also just kind of relaxed. And I just handled Sunday night and tried to get it all done. And then she put the kids to bed. After I got them all finished, she put them to bed. I went out and totally got all the pinstripes off the Suburban. Because as you know, we're wrapping the Suburban. I had to get it cleared. So all that stuff. So all I got left is some glue over the windows from the rain visors your dad had on there.
I was just saying, those rain visors and those pinstripes will not be missed.
No. So got all that off, gave the truck a polish in the spots that I had removed all that. So it was actually pretty good. That pinstripe was 21 years old, and there was some UV fading from where, so it's like a ghosted ghosted pinstripe in there, but not bad. I was really impressed. So I've still got to take the roof rack off. So Friday we got to have the roof rack off, the door handles out, and the mirrors off before Justin gets here. Sweet. So we can get ready to go Saturday morning. So that was my weekend. It was a lot of fun. We had a really good weekend. It's super fun working on a clean truck. I'm sorry, Morgan. It was fun to just throw down on a white, simple, easy paint job that I could polish out.
You know where you stand when you're working on that thing.
And test a product and find out how simple it was.
Also cool.
That helped. Now, I got to work. I'm hoping the longevity's there. That's sometimes the trade-off with a product that's super easy to apply is you don't have that longevity. So,
right.
so we'll see. Yeah. So, but all in all, good weekend. Anthony, what'd you do?
Heck yeah. So Friday night was really chill. I got home from work and I was just didn't want to do anything. So literally did nothing.
Oh, nice. Sounds delightful.
I didn't do nothing. I started watching Good Omens.
Yes. Good job.
I only got into the first couple episodes. Funny. It starts off great. But I caught a glimpse of Katie watching later episodes where it gets a little bit darker or something. Or
no,
it's
still funny.
It's
still
funny?
funny all the way.
Still funny
okay,
all the way.
It looked like it was more serious down the road, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
Tonally,
kind
it kind of goes
but...
all over the place, but it still maintains humor all the way.
So, I watched that. Watched the first 2 episodes of Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
Super deep. That's a hard show to watch.
Yeah, we finished Chernobyl.
That was like it's just a lot and it's just heavy, and I'm kind of like after I get done watching it, I'm like, ooh,
you need a bath.
Yeah. Like I want to watch another episode or not really? Because
you should.
Carly and I watched Tag this weekend.
Oh, that's actually a fun.
That was actually really
more
funny.
So than you
really
think.
Fun.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy. So it was Saturday morning, woke up, and my plan was to go over to my friend Alex and Andy's house, and the Raptor that we recently did in our video where we washed it and dried it multiple times with one towel. I wanted to go back and finish that truck out while they're still gone on vacation. They're in Greece right now. So I packed up my stuff.
And they're there for a wedding?
They're there for a wedding, yeah.
That's their wedding trip. Weren't they getting married?
They are not.
They are
married.
not.
My
friends of
other
yours
friends
are
getting married. Yeah.
So they are there for the wedding.
Correct. Yeah. So they were there for 2 weeks, and so I went over to their house, loaded up the Civic with vacuum, all sorts of stuff. Because basically,
this is a mobile detailing rig.
It was my mobile detailing rig, and so I was just going into this to basically tackle the truck, get the truck cleaned up, coat it with something that I wanted to test, and then do the interior. And it was definitely one of those situations where. I show up, I think I've brought enough stuff, and I never do. And it's always one of those things like, why didn't I bring this brush? Why didn't I bring this amount of towels? Why didn't I... Whatever. I just made use of it. So went straight into it, knocked out the truck, did a clay on the whole thing. The hard part was some of that contamination was just so stuck on there that fine-grade clay on the clay towel couldn't really bust through it. I mean, realistically... I needed to use a harder clay or I needed to jump straight into compounding or polishing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was not the point. I was not going to compound or polish this truck. I was just going to clay it.
She runs it through a car wash.
She runs it through a car wash and then throw this coating on there to see how it holds up. So I ended up running through that. I did coat it with the same coating. Had an awesome experience. Super easy. Really, really liked it. Following that, I went and did solution finish over the whole truck. The truck was in desperate need of solution finish, and so on the louvers, on the front hood there, on the rear bumper, all the different black pieces I went over and brought those back to life, and it was awesome. And then I started getting into the interior, and she uses this truck as her...
it's her daily driver.
Well, it's her taxi for her German Shepherd as well. And so the interior was covered.
There was a lot of dog hair.
Covered in dog hair. And I was like, well, it's one of those moments where you're standing around and looking at the problem for too long before you say, well, I have to do this. And I might as well start now, right?
So you're imagining you go into like some kind of blackout state where just suddenly you wake up and it's all done. And you're
that's kind of what I do.
Okay. Like you're just pausing long enough hoping it happens.
I talk myself into getting into a trance like Anthony,
like a fugue state.
You just need to just zen out and then just start blackout and just
that's how you do.
Yeah. And that's what I did. And so the whole truck...
It's relaxing.
Turned out awesome. I dressed the interior, got it all smelling nice, leather cleaned, all this stuff, and it really did feel really good. And I know she's more of an interior person, so the second she gets in, she's going to really, really like it. But I did that for that day, and then after that, it's really funny. One of my friends said, hey, man, we're going over to so-and-so's parents' house, the guy with the typhoon. We're going over to his parents' house for a pool party. And I'm like, what? What's going on here? And so a few of my friends who all have Evos, they're friends with another guy that has a Typhoon, right? He's got his Typhoon. He wants to buy an Evo.
Still all-wheel drive turbo. So.
And really cool guy, but I guess he lives with his parents, and he's in his 20s around everybody else's age.
It's easier to afford cars that way.
He invited everybody to come over to his parents' house for a pool party, and I'm kind of like, whatever. So I go home, I get the Evo, I jump in, drive to their house. Super nice house. It's just awesome because mom comes out holding a margarita, beautiful sunny day. She's like, wow, look at all these cars. Wow, look at these Evos. Dad comes out wearing an America shirt, drinking a Corona. He's like, this is awesome. This is like the Fast and the Furious house. I'm like, you're cool parents. Like, you're those cool parents. I'm like, what's up, guys? Like, what's going on? And so we're just kind of like hanging out, doing a walkthrough, and they're like, come in the backyard. This backyard, freaking massive, dude. I am talking, I don't know how much land they're on, but it is landscaped, beautiful, just huge. And I go back there, they got a patio, they got their actual pool and an in-ground pool. They have a trampoline. And so I'm like, who's the youngest person that lives here? And they're like, oh, Kevin. I'm like, but Kevin's in his mid-20s. And they're like, yeah, well, he grew up here. And so...
kid's not leaving. He's like, why would I can't find these amenities outside.
I wouldn't leave. I'm sitting here like, why wasn't I?
Why would I move to an apartment
in high school? Like, this is awesome. And dude, I felt like a kid again because the mom and dad come out, right, and they say, guys, we just put homemade spaghetti on the table out here, so everybody grab some spaghetti and bread and things like that. It's made with elk meat, so it's really good.
Spaghetti feed and pool party.
So I go over there. It's a freaking spaghetti feed. So you got all these bros, running around, diving in the pool, and they're like, "Oh, food's here." And I'm like, "How old am I? Like, am I 16?
You're like you're 16-year-old again. I'm 29 years old.
But the dad's like, "Boys, I got more brews in the fridge for you." He's got a mini fridge out there with Coronas in it, and he's loading them up. He's like, "You guys want me to get the wife to cut some limes for those?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine, really. I feel weird already about this, but it's awesome." So we have this pool party.
It was just a bunch of dudes.
Dude, it was just hilarious. Because
it's an interesting pool party you went to.
I'm a bunch of dudes. Davis will have something to say about this.
Just some spaghetti and some dudes and some Coronas.
And some meat, with
elk meat. So it sounds delightful.
I'm sitting in one
Anthony's
of the chairs,
pool party 2019.
And that's when the mom comes out, right, with these giant inflatable pizza, pool toys. And she's like, I got these at the store the other day for the boys. Here you go. I wish I knew there was going to be more boys because I would have gotten more and put your names on them so you guys could save them. I'm like, Kevin, your mom is the best. And she's like, I would just put your names on them so if you popped it would be your fault that you did it. and I'm like, Kevin, you're not ever moving out of here. Like, why would you
there's no reason
this
to.
Is the best. And so
he's got a typhoon, man.
Yeah, he's just like, you're living the life, dude. And it was just really fun, and it made me feel like a kid again. And that's like one of those things where I'm like, you don't, being our age, you don't really feel that feeling anymore of going to a place where you can go play in a pool, jump on a trampoline, and feel that way without a care in the world.
I have a trampoline at my house.
Oh, well.
So.
Do you jump on it, though?
No, I don't.
Well,
Why not?
Who's the person putting out spaghetti?
I am.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
I'm in the wrong.
Yeah. I know.
So next time you go to this pool party, I'm gonna go with you.
I know.
Check it out. It sounds like a lot of fun.
And so it was like the highlight. And so following that, though, went home Saturday night, just did some stuff around the house. I ended up rearranging. We had our guest bedroom in my office, and I flipped them. A lot more work than what I thought it was.
Swap rooms for fun.
Swapped rooms. Well, Katie wanted it that way, so just did it. Saturday morning, woke up. I went to the store and put some new brake fluid in my motorcycle. For some reason, it was a little low. So I topped that off, and then I took it up to the mountains and head straight to Bogus Basin and went and rode my motorcycle at Bogus.
Nice.
Beautiful day just to go for a nice ride. And it was one of those, like, I just wanted to kind of go on my own. Didn't want to ride with anybody. Just wanted to go and zen out and go do my own thing. And that was an awesome ride. Came home later. Really, man, I just hung out. And then Katie came home, and I said, you know what? Your 4Runner is in desperate need of some TLC. So... Well, it started as being a really, I was happy to get this thing washed and do a rinseless wash and clean it all up, only to find that her rear quarter panel had a nice new ding in it. And this thing was pretty damn deep, and it had chipped the paint. And I was looking at it, it is at a weird angle on the rear quarter panel that it's not caused by a door. The way the chip happens, it's not a way that would have happened. So I'm pretty sure like a pine cone or something fell and landed on it.
Or a rock. I've seen like if you're driving, I saw a car drive one day down Maple Grove when they were doing construction.
Yeah.
And a dump truck drove by it and dropped a rock off the back of it. And it literally, I watched it hit the ground and then hit the side of the car.
Yeah.
In front of me. And the people just kept driving.
Like
it wasn't like
here.
Well, and the thing is they're doing all of that that summer gravel. They're doing the chip seal everywhere.
Everywhere.
And Katie's route from work is through the chip seal.
Yeah.
And I know
so it could be a car from driving past.
And I know she's just driving through it.
That makes the most sense.
But it's one of those dings where I'm like, that's deep. That's like PDR need deep. And but then the chip being there, it just kind of sucks. I'm like, well, that's not. It's on a perfectly flat, beautiful panel.
So you really see it.
So you really see it. And I of course I tell her about it. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I found a ding. I don't know what it was from. And she's just like, oh, okay. Is the car fine? I'm like, yeah. Kind of. I mean, not really. I'm pissed.
In your head, you're just seeing like resale value, like. Ding, ding, ding.
So anyway,
then again, knowing Forerunners, it doesn't matter.
That's what I did. It was a good weekend.
Nice.
Highlight my weekend. Pool party. Bunch of dudes. Spaghetti feed. Absolutely. Yeah,
sounds amazing.
Sounds like a good time. All right. Well, I guess everybody had pretty good weekends.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby. Let's see. I was going to point out a couple things, knowing especially that this episode probably won't be, people won't be hearing it until probably like Tuesday morning, maybe tonight. We do have a new website design.
That's right.
I wanted to point that out to people.
We have, if you haven't gone, check out the website. It is brand new.
It's been a long time
complete redesign. One of the fun things that we did this time was we tried to answer the age-ending question of, you have too much stuff on your website, I get lost. So now, right below the banners, there is a
tool.
Like the tool. You can literally
it's
tool. 3 layers, so you can literally choose what you're looking for, like what category you're looking for. Maybe you're just looking for towels for cleaning the house, so you can click on that.
You start with, are you looking for tools or towels or chemicals?
Detailing?
And you
what do you want?
pick that. And then the next tier is basically
brings the next subcategory.
What are you going to be doing with that tool or towel or whatever? And then from there, you can get even more specific. And then you click go, and then it
brings you the
options.
products. Yeah. And so we've tried to limit the products needed based on that to just a few to help you choose.
Yeah.
So that you're not overwhelmed. The goal was not to give you 25 options.
Try and limit it to
give you like
10
6.
or less in most cases, 6 or less in a lot of cases.
Yeah. And so we've gone through and tried to make sure this is the simplest, easiest way. It's a really nice website. Really liking it. Really like the way it flows.
I love the way it looks.
And you can really spend some time, check it out, look at it. It's really cool.
Yeah, Thomas, Stacy, they knocked it out of the park.
The new product finder and all that is just it's one hell of an experience.
So if you haven't noticed
really
yet,
cool.
Go look at it. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you like it. I
give a
can't
shout
see
out to
reason
Thomas,
anybody
Nate,
would-
and Stacy if you like it.
They
'cause
deserve a shout.
They've been working really hard. When we launched it last weekend, they were like on Thursday.
It was like a soft
Friday
launch.
morning at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So
it was supposed to just change
they
overnight
all came
quietly.
in. They all came in and worked almost the entire day after that. So
they
all went home for a while, came back at like 1:30 in the morning, and then stayed till literally like 3-4 o'clock on Friday.
Just making sure stuff's working, because you know
PM.
that first few hours is critical. It's like that's when you find out, okay, is it working? Is something wrong? Does something need to change? But it seems like it's been going good. We just wanted to give it some time to breathe, kind of figure out like if a weird scenario comes up, somebody places a strange combination of things in order, is it going to work?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so far, so good.
Yep.
From the sounds of it. So
Came out great.
I guess now it's okay to talk about the site being a new design. So go check it out,
check it out.
guys. Yeah. Just theragcompany.com.
Cool.
At any rate,
Take
I'm
it
going
away.
to wrap it up because we're over an hour now. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel, make sure you click subscribe so that you know when we're putting out new content. And, of course, we have the Rag Company YouTube channel, different channel, but that's where we put all of our videos, which the latest one was actually a one-towel drawing video.
Yes, it
so
was.
go check that out on that Ford Raptor you were talking about earlier. And if you want to listen to us, make sure you also follow us on Spotify. I've been trying to build out the Spotify audience. If you use Spotify, great. If you don't, there's always any of the other podcast platforms you can find us on, from iTunes, podcasts, etc. All right, guys. Till next time. Adios.
See ya.
Bye.